is asleep and I'm awake. I'm in a different room. I'm watching the baby girl. She sleeps with her dad and it still feels illegal. So I'm gonna try to eat my breakfast now. This is a very weird and unlikely morning. I don't know what to do with myself. I took a 20-minute workout. I had a 5-minute morning meditation. I can't remember the last time I did that. I took a shower. I had breakfast. I've been reading for 30 minutes. I don't know when I last read. I'm trying not to rush around back on the house, do all the things, but also give me and my dog a calm, quiet morning. He never had that anymore, I feel like. But now I'm like, I should probably start doing something. Garden. I'm currently pumping, you can probably hear that, but I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm a mom, looks like I have huge boobs, but I just needed to pump. I woke up around 7, which we usually do, but then we fall asleep and I just make a point out of staying in bed for as long as possible. But my husband was snoring, so I just couldn't sleep any longer. I fed my baby, I changed the diaper, and then I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna move my body. I can't sleep anyway, because yesterday I just felt a little uneased, if that's the right word. I feel unconcentrated from my own pumping, because we tried to go for a walk and she didn't want to sleep in her stroller, and I just really felt like I needed that walk yesterday. It affected my entire day, but she actually did sleep quite a lot. But what I usually do then is just as much as possible in the house, and I noticed that lately I've had a lump in my stomach, just aches a little bit, because I feel like when I don't get any time for myself and a couple of days have gone by, I feel like, oh, that's been going well, and my stomach is just so hard and like I can't breathe. Okay, maybe that didn't go well, maybe I just kind of survived it. So yeah, that's not a good sign. So it's really, really important for me to meditate. So I had a little 20-minute workout. I think I'm gonna move the camera. It's not like I'm trying to get into a routine. I'm 6 weeks postpartum, but maybe I can try a couple of times a week with a 20-minute video. Just see. I'm happy if I can get a walk, but it felt really good. I'm definitely not so strong anymore, so I need it. My muscles need it. And then I took a 5-minute, followed a 5-minute meditation, guided morning meditation that felt amazing. So I definitely need to prioritize that. I just kept pushing and pushing. What else can I do for myself? Took a little shower, did some skincare, made myself a yogurt bowl from my fresh made yogurt from yesterday. And usually I'm just rushing, trying to do as much as possible in the house, vacuuming. Copper was also so relaxed, so I thought I'm gonna give him some rest as well. At least I got some food in. Usually I'm putting him out, giving her some food, trying to get some food in myself. This was just so unrealistic. I almost didn't want to film it. I didn't think that was gonna happen. Tried to read a little bit. Okay, 15 minutes, 5 more. Suddenly I've been reading for 30 minutes. That's very weird. So slowly tidied away a few things, and now I'm gonna water a little bit in the garden while pumping. It's heavy wind today. I don't know how the weather's gonna be, but it's been so sunny the past few days. We've barely been able to be outside. So probably gonna be a little bit of rain when I actually have time to to water. I was going to talk a little bit about my postpartum journey, because yesterday I was having such a hard day. Today it feels a little ridiculous because everything is going so good so far. And I just showed everything that I've been able to do by myself today. So it feels a little silly, but this is obviously not the norm. It's because I woke up so early. I'm very lucky because I've had my husband at home this entire time. He's going back to work now in a week, which I'm very grateful for. In Norway, the partner is home for 2 weeks usually, and those 2 weeks just went by so fast. I'm very happy that he went straight into vacation after that, and he's been working on this porch, and we've been taking slow days, but the days are long, the weeks are short. It totally makes sense for me now when parents are saying that. I don't know how to summarize these past few weeks without talking too much. I'm just the kind of person who thrives in routine, and my mental health really needs that. So obviously my pregnancy was very hard, and things changed a lot then, going from working a lot and also working out 5 times a week to kind of move in a different way and not have the same routines, because every day is so different when you're pregnant. And that's kind of how it is now as well, but it's changed even more. So some days it's okay for me to tolerate lots of clutter and not routines on how I eat, when I eat, how I move, when I move, and things like that. But then maybe I have just 3 hours of sleep and I'm not so tolerant, and it affects my mood, it affects the household. I'm thinking a lot about that and what I can do, because I'm thinking a lot about what kind of mother I want to be. I found this channel, her name is Michelle, I think I can link it here. I really liked what she said about trying to be a leader for her kids, and I've had that in my life, but definitely been very sensitive to and felt like it was my responsible how other people felt growing up. So I'm gonna have to work on my emotions and how to regulate myself. And as I said earlier, I thought I was regulating myself, I thought everything was going fine, and then suddenly I feel myself snapping or my stomach aching. And I think spending 5 minutes meditating, going out in the garden, things like that is important for me. But what I can work on those days when it's not possible to go for a walk, it's not possible to go out to water the garden, that has happened many times now. But breathing, using my breath as an anchor, is realistic and something that I can do and should do every day. It's very hard when you don't recognize yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, when you feel like all you are is a food station, and hard not to do the things that makes me feel like me. even just tidying and not spend 3 days folding laundry, you know, all those things. It's not important, but it's important for me. So trying to find a balance, and obviously not realistic to expect routines yet. And all I do is analyze my baby, thinking about every move that I do. Thinking about the wake windows. Is she awake for too long? Did I ignore a sign now? All those things. I don't recognize myself right now. My relationship, obviously things changed in your partnership, but maybe not forever. And also the dynamic that I had with my dog, because all my routines were with him and things are just different. So I'm gonna give myself some time, but obviously very, very grateful and happy for this little person that's arrived and that we love so much, and everything's worth it. But yeah, things been tough. Every day is very, very different. Sleep is a luxurious gift. And it can be lonely, so many emotions, feelings, thoughts. It's difficult to do things on my own with the baby, so I'm very happy that I have my husband here and know that many people doing this alone. That's just crazy to me. It's stressful to take the baby places, but it's also so good to be other places, not just at home. So we're taking one day at a time, and now I'm gonna stop rambling. I don't feel like I articulated the way I wanted to. I feel a little stressed because I'm thinking she might wake up every minute. So I'm gonna enjoy this time with Copper. But I'm sure you can recognize a lot of these emotions and feelings that I have. I don't know when I will be able to do things on my own without the baby. I'm talking like 20 minutes run around the block when my husband is around the block. I'm living in the woods. When my husband is watching the baby after a pump, I don't know how I can start to do some things on my own and feel more like myself. But it's not that important, but I also want to show my daughter that self-care is important. Can't expect a morning like this every day, but just sitting in the couch with Copper with my morning coffee alone was such a gift. And now I feel more energized and prepared for when my baby eventually comes. I need to pick her up. But when she wakes up and is ready for another feed, which is very soon, I will feel more energized and prepared because I've given myself more than just a moment this morning. That was good. I deserve that.
I've carried the world on my back with no more to obtain. The fire in the sky, a dim light in my eye that's long faded. And I've stood where heroes have fallen, their names turned to stone. Yet I remain.
Just a little garden update. My sweet peas are starting to come. Still very small, and my greenhouse got ruined in the wind. I hope that my bell peppers and chili will make it, because these are going to be so big in here, so much chili. But I don't know. Also have some radish and salad in between here. I don't know how this is going to be. I also cut down a lot of my chives and dried that. Here I think I will try with salads and stuff because it's empty. And also a lot of my tomatoes died because it started to snow a little bit. This is one of the things that I do when I have some time for myself to just do some things in the flower bed. So I planted this, just moved it from over there, and I got these from my mother-in-law. So I hope that this will spread here and fill up a lot. So never stop filling up in this bed, you know. When my baby finally slept a little bit yesterday, I weeded a little bit, and I not done, but I weeded a little bit and spread some chicken pellets. And I also cut my leek a little bit because it was so long, so I don't want it to use all the energy to get long, and instead just get bigger. I also took a little bit of grass in between the potatoes because I didn't have so much soil. Having a garden is truly a blessing. I just love getting out here with my morning coffee when I have the opportunity to. It's just, and having one bed with just lots of flowers was so smart. The bumblebees love it. I finally have a little harvest basket. I'm gonna harvest a few potatoes for my mom. Wait. Wow. Nice. That's enough for her dinner. I don't know if I showed you the finished result of this, or the decking at least. And then he has this fence and gates, but yeah, that's such a good job for an electrician. So it's gonna be so good. Also repotted this. I got these from my grandma, but I need a little bit more soil, but got to repot them. And these I got from my aunt, but I don't have more pots. But I need to find some place for it. They're beautiful. It's so hot we can't play outside. So I'm in the baby's room and gonna try to go through her clothes because she already outsized newborn size. So I'm gonna just go through what I think doesn't fit. Usually what I've done until now is just put something on there. Oh, it doesn't fit. I put it away. But now I think I can kind of see and tell what doesn't fit her. So I'm gonna keep the newest, cutest, just some of them, and pack the rest away for my sister because she also is getting a little baby girl soon. So that's very exciting. A little messy. And here's already a few things because my baby was going to be born in November, the first one. So I bought a lot of thick clothes. But that's perfect because her baby is going to be born in November, so she can use it. So I'm going to go through that now. I cannot sit down because she will wake up, so I will just place you there. Oh, by the way, I need to show you. I haven't bought much clothes, but after she was born. But I bought this little romper from H&M and another one. I need to show you that as well. That's so cute. This is the other little romper. I love it so much. They're so cute, and yeah, when they're warm and don't have much clothes on. By the way, the only other summer thing that we have bought for baby is this UV tent, no English here, which has been very helpful, so she can be with me outside when I water and stuff. So yeah. So I bought these. So this is to have a pot in, a plant, and I want to spray it a little darker. I remember my great-grandparents had one. I don't know, I think it's cute. Then these two, because I just imagined my niece and my baby next year picking some berries in them. But I forgot that I'm going to have another one for next year, a little niece. So should have bought another one. These two, you can hang. I thought I'd hang them in the party tent or in a tree or something, and then put fake light in it. Just thought they were so cute. 20s. Gonna try to add some summer flowers to this bed. So many beautiful ones. So I ended up spreading them out like this. These are so beautiful. Oh! Hello there. I don't want to disturb it. Yeah, then these are going to spread out a lot. Another one there, the blue one there, and the white one. You know, I'm never gonna stop. Then just the lights that my dog didn't ruin from the garden down there. So yeah, probably gonna buy more, you know. But it helped with some pop of color in between all the other flowers, and these are obviously not gonna flower more than this year, but yeah, really like the pop of color. I also hung up this. I have another one, but I don't have a hanging solution on the other side here, so I need to find a new place for the other one. And then we freaking came home to this wedding gift. Like, what? we got married like 8 months ago. Yeah, that's very generous. Hello. So it's been almost a week since that first part of this vlog, and I have another morning for myself now. Haven't had since that today. I didn't really know how to finish this vlog and how to structure this vlog, because as you saw, I made a point out of slowing things down and taking the morning for myself when I had a chance to, which I feel like is easier in the morning, because when the evening comes and you feel like the baby is finally sleeping and was never going to fall asleep, I find it easier to be very exhausted and overwhelmed and rush around doing things, because I like to reset the house before going to bed, have to water, have to just, it feels like it's so many things that I should do before going to bed when she's finally sleeping. So it's easier in the morning for some reason. So now we have an appointment today to get her vaccine and have that 6-week checkup. I'm a little stressed about that, and I thought that she might not sleep now. I think it's going to be a busy day, so now I'm trying to slow things down instead of, you know, working out, vacuuming, doing all the things. So I made a point out of doing that in the beginning of this vlog, and what I try to do on this channel is creating a slow life, and not just for the videos, but I'm trying this in my own life, because I'm a person who's easily stressed, and I like to be very productive and do all the things. So it's very important for me to have something that can ground me, and that is running, ironically. But for my mental health, running is very important. Yoga used to be a very big factor for me. Now I don't do that much yoga, but it's meditation mostly. The garden have been there for me, that factor, to create a slow life and making more things myself in the kitchen, doing more mindful activities. I don't want to ramble too much because I already did that in this video, and I need to eat before my baby wakes up again and we need to go. But yeah, the reason I didn't know how to end up this vlog and how to structure it was because no day is alike when you have a baby. So there were many following days after that day that I was so busy. So that part just didn't feel that realistic. And I had days where I tried to be very productive and probably rushed both myself and my baby, and I reevaluated a little bit how I spend my days now and try to really accept that now is not the time to have big projects. My husband had this big project with the porch, and I started to organize the shed, and it's like, why did I choose now to do that? And yeah, I have her a lot in the carrier. That's how she sleeps the best during the day, contact napping. And that's when I can walk a little bit and I can vacuum, I can do those things, but I can't really tidy and bow down or sit down, things like that. So when I started to clear out the shed and organize, I just disturbed her, and I got a little frustrated because then I disturbed her and I didn't get to do things, and like, why is that important for me to do now? But it's that mental shift is a little difficult when you're used to just doing everything in your own pace. But what's matter the most for me now is giving my baby what she needs, and that's very different from day to day. I also don't like to film her. I don't want to film her face, and I don't want to film too much of her. And also she's in a very important developmental age. Now that she's 6 weeks, she's smiling, she's copying me and needs to see my facial impressions, and it's just so important with that eye contact, and I want to be in the moment. So filming when she's awake is not something I would like to do, or I don't want to be on my phone when she's awake. And of course sometimes I have to do things and I have her on me, but those very awake moments from her, I don't want her to see me just looking at my phone. And also breastfeeding feels very personal. Of course I can sit there for hours, so that's when I can kind of sit on my phone. But it's just, I don't know, I'm trying to find the balance. I don't know how the vlogs will look now, and I'm trying to think about what the purpose of these videos are. And for me, it's just trying to ground myself and try to encourage others to take it more slow, because I'm naturally, as I said, very stressed, and it's obviously also the garden, and just really like to have that greater outlet for me and my garden work and those hobbies. I guess why I found it difficult to end off things was because I just didn't want to present things very unrealistic. But when you vlog, you kind of choose what you want to show, and I don't want to show her. I don't want to show her on the days when she's crying a lot. I don't want to show her when she's eating a lot. I just want to focus on me on this channel and the garden work and those hobbies. And yeah, I guess that's not that weird. I just wanted you to know that even though I have those moments like today and that day when I was filming and talking about postpartum and stuff, where I was very good at just taking it slow, it's still a work in progress for me. I like to have it tidy around me. I like to be active, and sometimes I'm extremely stressed. So yeah, I just been realizing that this week, that what is important right now, and really need to force myself to slow down and enjoy these precious moments. So yeah, this was a vlog with over the course of a week with some gardening and just some bits and bobs here and there, and I guess that's kind of how it will be going forward. We'll see. I hope that you like this vlog. I hope that you can relate to some of the things that I said and some of the emotions that I can feel. This time is very vulnerable and chaotic, and no day is alike, so that's why it's a little difficult. But just we need to remember that we're doing a good job. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon, hopefully.